that slip-on sounds nice. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yammy Noob. We are starting it off in motion today, doing things a little bit differently. I got a comment the other day saying that, Yammy, you don't do the classic moto vlogs anymore. We want to see you out and about on the bike and just talking about stuff. And in case you guys live under a rock, last week here in Texas was pretty crazy. So you are going to see a lot of classic Yammy videos this coming week because we were not able to produce content as normal on the channel. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. We've got a couple things we're going to discuss today. I thought I'd keep it loose, keep it nice on the bike, and just have some fun with you guys and talk about stuff. Got 3 different things I wanted to chat with you. The first on the list is the title of the video. It's Harley's new Pan America, the Pan Am 1250 Special, as they're calling it, Pan America. Harley's first foray into the adventure touring segment, coming at you with a 1250cc big adventure style motorcycle. Hey guys, this is Yam with a quick interjection. I'm a little silly and I did not realize the full specs were available on the Pan America. I only checked out the official Harley release video that was kind of light on specs, but I've linked below to the full specs for you to look at. But here's the top line important stuff and my big takeaway. The full Zoot version is $19,999. The base is $17,319, right in line with competition from BMW, KTM, and Triumph. Kind of surprised there, honestly. It's got a 1252cc Rev Max engine. It's a V-twin with VVT, 4 valves per cylinder, liquid cooling, all the goodies. It's truly modern. It makes 150 horsepower and 92 foot-pounds of torque. That is pretty awesome. It makes literally more power than everything except the KTM in the segment. Got a full 6-speed box with chain drive. Can we get a little excellent on Harley Davidson? 47mm inverted Showa with electronic suspension, a 1917 setup for the wheels, a claimed wet weight of 534 on the base and 559 on the special, and it's got all the full electronics and all that stuff. Honestly, these specs are pretty unbelievable coming from Harley. Welcome to the 21st century. We have missed you. Now back to the rest of the video. Literally today, I'm filming this one day before posting it, which we normally don't do, by the way, guys. I've seen some comments of people on Instagram and then videos as well. They're curious how we're out and about and filming and doing stuff. A lot of what you see on YouTube was typically filmed about 10 days in advance of when it goes live. That's to give enough time for our editors and our post-production team to prepare everything and get everything looking fresh. It's actually a lot harder than it looks to produce one piece of content every single day on YouTube. It's not easy. So that's why this video is kind of weird, because I'm recording it literally right before it goes live. But anyways, today was the day that Harley did their big launch and reveal of the Pan America. They kind of went a little cheese ball with it, got Jason Momoa to jump on and do a little cameo. He directed the first part of it, and I don't know, it was something about fire and brimstone and ice and snow and slush and traversing across the Great Plains of the United States, or something like that. I don't know. Some typical marketing buzzwords, as one were. It seems like they plucked a couple pages out of Triumph and BMW's book for that one. But anyways, it was a pretty well-produced piece of content. Harley Davidson, if nothing else, you can say a lot of things about Harley, but they certainly know how to brand and make some videos, that's for sure. And with the help of Jason Momoa, I think they got a pretty cool little flick going on in the intro there. And I like the way that they set up the launch for the bike. If you guys follow MotoGP, I think the complete polar opposite would have been the Yamaha factory bikes reveal with Maverick and Fabio. Holy moly, that was unbelievably bad. It looked like PS2 style graphics, cheesy green screens. Come on. Anyways, Harley Davidson was the opposite of that. Made a really cool video, really in-depth. We're a little bit light on specs and stuff like that. I listened carefully for any type of news on what the bike is going to have and, you know, what kind of specification it's going to be, or maybe a price if we had it. I don't think we saw a price just yet. I didn't see it in the video that I was looking at. But you know, the Pan America, from what I saw, 1250cc Revolution Max engine from Harley Davidson. Brand new engine for them, if I remember correctly, based on old architecture, of course. Bike's got a lot of good going for it, you know. It looks like Harley Davidson's stepping forward into the future, which is great. One of the standout features for me that I saw was the adaptive ride height situation. That was really neat. I don't think that's ever been done on a production motorcycle before, and that's going to allow a lot of folks who would maybe be intimidated by a 34.5-inch seat height that most adventure bikes have, to be able to flat-foot it confidently when they're at a stop, or in slower speed sections when they want to put a foot down or something like that. The other thing I heard as well was semi-active suspension. I saw a full suite of electronics as well, huge TFT display. And, you know, the other thing that it looks like they're really hitting hard with, and I know that Harley-Davidson does this and it's part and parcel for them, but it is kind of weird for me to see, but, you know, they're doing a whole line of outfitting for the bike, of customization and gear and stuff. I think what they want to do, basically, is get someone in the door and then have that person drop like $40,000 or $45,000 on all their gear, all the customization, brand new bike, flagship model, all the farkles. That's what Harley-Davidson's good at, man. They're really good at getting people in the door, getting them signed up for financing, and locking them into a very expensive package to get them onto wheels. But the promo material looked pretty cool, man, I gotta say. You know, seeing the old school Harleys of days past. You know, if you guys didn't know, Harley-Davidson does have a pretty rich history of off-road riding. I did think it was a little chintzy for them to talk about like 1910s motorcycling as part of their lineage of dirt bikes. I'm like, well, you know, that's stretching it a little too much in my opinion, mostly because, you know, as they mentioned in the video, nobody had roads back then. Nobody knew how to build a proper motorcycle. They were just slapping engines into bicycles and just chucking them down the trails, because that's literally all that existed back then. So a little tenuous, but I thought the old stuff about the Bajas and some of the other dirt history they have was really cool. A good harkening back for Harley for what they're doing. Well, you know, I wanted to keep going on Highway 360 here, and I seem to have been autopiloting towards City Park Road, so we're going to sit at this traffic light, unfortunately. Ooh, I love the sound this thing makes. Get a little slide. Fun little bike, dude. Yeah, I love the promo material. It looked really neat. Obviously, like every other adventure bike that ever comes out, they've got some professional Dakar rider jumping on the thing and just yeeting it off of jumps and stuff. It's cool to see that the suspension can take it. Looks like it has some decent ground clearance. I liked seeing the cages underneath. And, you know, one thing that Harley-Davidson did well with this Pan America launch is it looks like a Harley, which is kind of nuts. They kind of took the big touring bagger batwing kind of look that a lot of their cruisers have and kind of shrunk it down a little bit, made it a little more sporty and aggressive for the adventure bike on there. And it was great to see a chain drive on the bike. I was a little worried that the new Pan America would be belt driven as well. God forbid, even though a lot of people tell me that belts are good. Chains are definitely better, guys. Sorry. I just had to tell you that right now. So this is interesting, you know, and from what they've said in the reveal of the bike is that, you know, one of the big initiatives they have is to get this platform, get this engine, and kind of get Harley moving in the next direction. I thought it was absolutely insane that they called out their old customer base and they were like, you know, we have to find new customers. That's stuff that, you know, it's funny that I'm posting this on a Yamcast day. We almost pretty much always talk about it on the Yamcast, that Harley-Davidson cannot keep holding on to this legacy big touring adventure category, not adventure, excuse me, big touring road bagger kind of rider. They have to move beyond that and find a new clientele, and it seems like what they're doing, I'm just going to run this, it seems like what they're doing is threading the needle really closely for their old customer and their new customer that they're trying to find. I still think that they've done a huge dingus move by not launching the Bronx, but I digress, it is what it is. But the new bike looks pretty good. Would love to see a smaller variant of it as well. I guarantee you the bike's going to be really heavy. It's probably going to compete right in line with BMW's R1250 GS. So it's probably going to weigh like 540, 550 pounds, fully wet, ready to ride, probably close to 600 with the bags and everything else. And that's why I do think it's kind of silly showing the bike, you know, carving up tight little single track canyons as if it was like a 250cc dirt bike. So that is a bit funny, but I can't fault Harley for that, because every single big adventure bike maker does that. They always make some crazy video where they've got, like I said, some Dakar guy jumping off of stuff or whatever. But overall, you know, from the reveal video, things are looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good for the Pan America. You know, time will tell, but Harley's got plenty of capital and plenty of brain power, and they've got all the right people in place, hopefully, to make a bike that actually works really well. I liked seeing their 3D models, and I liked seeing the frame and stuff. And it looks like a thoroughly modern motorcycle. It doesn't look like they've skimped on some big cradle frame or some BS like that to chuck on the bike and hope that it works off-road. It looks like they really thought it through. So hats off, Harley, good job. Always trying to root for the home team here, always trying to make sure Harley's, at least trending in the right direction. But if not, I think we always have Indian here in America anyways. But as you guys know, I'm not even that fond of American motorcycles. You guys know that I like Japanese bikes, I like Triumphs, I like Ducatis, that is my thing. And speaking of Triumphs, one thing I wanted to let you guys know is that the bike I'm on right now is one of our giveaway bikes. Today is the last day to enter, if I remember correctly. If it's not, I am so sorry, but time is running out. I have a special promo code for you if you want to get entered to win this bike and get some additional entries. You can go to the merch page, yamanewmerch.com. Get yourself entered that way. Pick out anything you want, hat, t-shirts, hoodie. We have joggers that, honestly, the joggers are the most popular item on the store. I just looked at that the other day, and it looks like it's outsold everything else. So buy yourself a jogger. That's cool. And use the code LASTDAY2021. I'm going to put it right on the screen here so you don't miss it. And that'll get you 10% off, and I'll give you 2x entries for the beginner bike giveaway sweepstakes. So that's going to include this street scrambler that we just fitted this Vance & Hines pipe to, the Honda CBR 500R, and the Kawasaki Z650. Just want to make sure you guys don't miss out on that. But I did want to let you know we are planning our next beginner bike giveaway sweepstakes, and as many of you guys know, I've alluded to it on the Yamcast, I've alluded to it in some videos, but we are going to be doing double Triumph Tridents as our next giveaway bikes. I figured that the Triumph Trident is easily one of the most hyped bikes of 2021. Beyond something like the Aprilia RS660, which I am actually getting delivered in a few days. I've got mine finally coming in. I bought one, and I will tell you guys more about that later in the month of March. But we are doing 2 Triumph Tridents because I just want to see more people on 2 wheels. I think it's a great entry-level motorcycle, great second motorcycle. It's a really wide, appealing kind of bike. I think a lot of people can jump on the Triumph Trident and really enjoy it for what it is. So that's why we're doing 2 of them, in the hopes that maybe one goes to a beginner, one goes to an experienced rider who wants like a daily commuter kind of bike. But that's going to be our next giveaway bikes, and I'm really excited about it. I saw a video the other day. More content is finally emerging about the bike, and I think it was the Missindran Flyer in the UK. Missin Flyer. I can never quite say his name, but I know his channel because I follow it. And he posted a nice long video of him, just a quick vlog and rip around the Triumph Trident. And the dash looks really cool. The bike looks properly quick. I did not expect it to be that zesty, but he was saying that it's faster than a CB 650R, which we did back in 2019 as a giveaway bike. And that was kind of a fast bike. I kind of felt weird putting it in the beginner bike giveaway sweepstakes. I was like, I really hope a beginner doesn't win this bike because it's got about 92 horsepower. It's kind of quick, but that triple probably makes way more mid-range punch than the CB 650R. But I'm super stoked to ride that bike. We're gonna make a ton of videos with it. And what I was gonna say is, if you want to get entered to win this bike, but you also want to get automatically entered to win the Triumph Trident 660 when it comes out, you want to get access to our Discord server, you just want the best possible chances to win the bike, because through the website you can get your max entries, go to yamanube.co. That's the best way to support what we do. It's the best way to get your entries. It's the best way to automatically get your entries when new bikes come out. It's the best way to stay up to date on our Discord server. We've got the member meetup feature. It's a really cool thing that myself and the team has spent a lot of time on, and I think it's one of the best things about the whole rigmarole that I do here on YouTube. The website is awesome. The Discord's awesome. I really enjoy it, and I always love seeing new members in there. So if you've thought about joining, you're an aspirational rider, you want to get started on 2 wheels, definitely do that, and you'll automatically get entered to win the Triumph Trident 660 pair when we launch that giveaway here pretty soon. I am still waiting on my delivery of my Triumph Tridents. It's going to probably be a little bit longer, unfortunately, because they are pretty slow to arrive here in the US. I know a lot of folks out in the UK already got them because, well, the factory's right down the road, right? You could just go and pick them up, basically. Right, chaps? Right, my UK boys? Hopefully you're not on an A1 bike. Hopefully you guys have ascended to at least A2, bikes because God bless you if you're on an A1 bike. So yeah, try to double giveaway. Harley Pan America. The other thing I wanted to talk about is this slip-on that we put on this bike. So as you guys saw, we did the install video last week on this motorcycle, and we didn't get the chance to actually head out on the road and test it because it was a little too cold, a little too drab, the weather that was right before all the cold weather kicked off. And so I really wanted to show you guys how this thing sounds when you're out and about and riding it. If you guys remember in that video, we were having difficulties getting the baffle out because of a tamper-proof bolt that was inside of the end can. So I actually went out to the hardware store and I found some tamper-proof Torx wrenches that would fit in the hex key that we had for the slip-on. And that seemed to work. I was able to pop out the baffle. I was able to pop out the bolt, excuse me, and I got the other two screws out. But when I went to go take the baffle out, of course, because this only happens to me, the baffle is like fully in there. I did a couple forum research posts, you know, just kind of looking around at things online, being like, does anyone else struggle to get this baffle out? And I found a guy with the exact same bike, exact same exhaust, exact same issue. And he said that in order to get the baffle out, he had to get a buddy of his to sit on the bike, and then he needed two like clamping vice grips, and he yanked it out after the bike was warm. So I'm gonna attempt to get the baffle out hopefully later this week when I've got the team in the office. I'm up at the office by myself today because we're only at the office on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I don't want to live a Monday through Friday 9-to-5 life, and I won't subject my team to that either, so we don't do that. But maybe tomorrow, I got Spite, he can amass himself on top of the street scrambler here and we can get this baffle out. But even with the baffle in, I really like the sound of this bike, man. The slip-on made a big difference in terms of the timbre and the sound of the bike. Second yellow light I'm running in the vlog. Good job, Yam, good job. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with just the slip-on and the baffle, how good this thing sounds. I mean, the stock exhaust sounded really good, so this is really no different, you know? But I really would love to hear how it sounds without the baffle, but it really is quite nice just rolling onto it. You guys know I really dig this bike. It's such a nice motorcycle to go down the road with. Take these big sweepers with, enjoy some of this Texas hill country here, and finally some warm weather after the ridiculous cold snap that we had that pretty much brought the state to its knees, which is a whole other topic of discussion that we don't have to get into today. We don't have to talk about that. Of course not. So guys, I think that's going to do it for today. I think I've yammered on for long enough, no pun intended. Other thing I wanted to point out as well as I'm crossing over this bridge, if you live in the local area, if you're in Texas, if you're in the south of the United States, Oklahoma, Louisiana, anywhere else that got hit with these really nasty cold snaps, if you guys see all this crap on the roads, be very careful when you're out riding right now. There is so much gravel, sand, and BS on the roads. Some roads are like over salted and graveled, and so some of them are like ridiculously bad. As more cars go over them and as we get a couple more rains here and there, it should clear up. But right now I just want to let you guys know that it is pretty nasty out there, especially if you live in the local area. So even if you're on your favorite back roads and stuff, definitely keep an eye out for the inevitable sand and gravel you will encounter on your rides. But I think that's going to wrap it up for me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching what we do. Apologies for not being our normal programming. Today is usually Yamcast days, but we were not able to go and film a Yamcast. The office literally was without power and water and everything else for like 3 days. So hope to see you guys on the Yamcast next time. Hope to see you guys later on here in the comment section as well. I always pop around the comment section for the first hour or so that a video goes live, so if you ever want the best chance to interact with me outside of the Discord server, it's a pretty reliable way that I'll see what you post. But otherwise, comments are pretty easy to miss. But I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Oh, just for you that stuck around at the very end, I'm gonna pull off here and show you the exhaust and have you listen to it a little bit as well. Let you guys hear this exhaust, then I'll put you in the tail section for a little bit. Why not? Looks nice, sounds nice. Check this out. So so velvety. All right, let's get you guys in the tail section. We'll go have some fun.
Hey there, partner, you done made it to the end of this here Yamanoob video, but I tell you what, there's another Yamanoob video right over here waiting for you. Now, I know I'm real gracious like that, and I just do nice things for you, so why don't you take a look at this video, and you let me know what you think.